So the first thing we'll talk about today is a day in the life. So what a cadence looks like as a planner. So you'll start your day off, come in and drink your favorite beverage, your coffee, your tea, and then you're going to log into your system, whatever tool that is. It could be an ERP tool, as we discussed earlier, that is an enterprise resource planning tool. It could be SAP, Oracle, JDA, etc. Or you may be using tools like Excel. So whatever it is that you use to plan, here's what you will do. So you're going to start off oftentimes by creating purchase orders or requisitions, right? So typically you're going to have a system that makes suggestions, and you will convert those suggestions into actual purchase orders to either, or production orders, to either send to your warehouse if it's a production order, or to send to your supplier to fulfill inventory. All right, so that's the first thing you're oftentimes going to do. You're going to convert your requisitions wherever they are in the system. Next up, you're oftentimes going to follow up on your past due purchase orders. So, right, so we've already created new ones. Now we've got purchase orders that, let's say, are due, right? So our delivery date is today or in the past. And so you normally follow up with the supplier to ask, where's my truck? Where's my product? Or you'll reach out to your warehouse to ask if there's a missed production order, to ask for the status on that. You're going to look at your inventory. So this is where you really start to do the analysis of what do I need in the coming future? What is my current inventory status? And if there's anything that's at risk of stocking out, this is the opportunity for you to take a look at that. So you're going to review your current on-hand inventory, products that you should have on the floor, and look at any safety stock levels. So just a reminder that safety stock is essentially material that you have on hand at all times. You set that target and you keep that inventory on the floor. Next up, address unproductive inventory. Now, this is not something that you would do every day. Oftentimes, in most organizations, you would not do this every day. So unproductive inventory could also be termed as obsolete, slow moving, inventory that needs to potentially be disposed of, things of that nature. So your organization is keeping a pulse on product that, or it may be close to expiration. So your organization is keeping track of that, but you may be responsible for actually determining what needs to happen with the product. So that's another item that you would be needing to address in your cadence. Next up, issues with on-time delivery. So we kind of touched on that a few moments ago. And so on-time deliveries from your supplier, doing on time from, let's say, even another warehouse within the network, right? So you're looking for anything that's past due, anything that you are concerned about out of stocking. You can follow up and determine what the status is of those purchase orders. Review production schedule. So if you are a production scheduler or a production planner, you will be responsible for reviewing your production schedule, making adjustments to the schedule. And then also oftentimes if you are in other roles, let's say like for replenishment within the organization, if you're on a hub and spoke model, so hub and spoke is, hey, we produce material at one warehouse and that warehouse sources another warehouse location that doesn't actually manufacture material. So you will want to take a look at the production schedule to determine when inventory will be available. And then build and schedule trucks. Not every planner is going to be responsible for building trucks. Some will. You have deployment planners who their main focus is to move product throughout the network. So they take a look at the inventory at different locations, and then they build shuttles or trucks to move that product around within the warehouse, internal warehouse network. So you may be responsible for doing that, or you may not. And then address metric concerns. So some common metrics could be on time in full or OTD or OTIF, right? So you may be responsible for speaking to why an order was missed, why a sales order was missed. You may also be responsible for certain metrics where you view the forecast versus actual. So for example, in this case, I'm not speaking of any type of demand planning function. I'm speaking more of, let's say, production scheduling. So you may have a metric that says, hey, here's what we plan. So we plan to produce 5 orders today or 5 batches today, but we actually produce 4, right? So you may have a metric that outlines planned versus actual, and you may be responsible for that metric. And there are other metrics that are out there. And it could be around transportation. It could be around really safety stock. It could be around almost any particular function within the supply planning space. But you'll want to oftentimes provide feedback in those instances.